Today is most likely going to be my last settings video because we are officially here in season 6 of Modern Warfare 3. Clap it up, clap it up. This is the last season of this game before Black Ops 6. And as you guys know, there's not going to be a reloaded update, but there is going to be one, but people won't be covering it because at that point, Black Ops 6 will officially be out. But I got you guys with the official best settings to rock here from Modern Warfare 3. Just showing you guys the settings that I used for the last year. Just showing you what makes me the player that I am and have the graphics that I have and just overall everything in general. If you do enjoy, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe on the video. Black Ops 6 is on the way. Let's hop right to these settings. So for the display graphic settings, I do play on full screen exclusive. This does give you the most amount of frames out of the 4 display monitor. That's my monitor's name right there. My graphics card, display adapter, obviously 3090 Ti, that's my PC. Refresh rate is going to be 240 for my monitor, and the display resolution is 1440. If you don't play 1440, you need to get off that 1080 and get to 1440. Once you go from 1080 to 1440, you will never ever go back. Get you a 1440 monitor, 240 hertz. I ain't gonna lie, they are a little pricey, but just save up your chicken, buy it, and I'm telling you, you will be literally okay. You'll never go back. I can literally guarantee you that whatsoever. For my aspect ratio, we have that's automatic, that's set to default. My restart shader preloading, that's all default. I didn't touch any of these settings right here. Display gamma is going to be on 2.2 sRGB. Brightness, that's going to be set to 50. That's also pretty standard and default. For my NVIDIA reflex low latency, that's going to be set to on. My echo preset, that's on efficiency. I didn't touch that at all whatsoever. For my VSync gameplay, we have it set to all. For the VSync menu, it's going to be set to 100%. Custom frame rate, I just maxed out to 300 so I can get the most amount of frames. And then in the menu and stuff like that, I just put it to 60 because obviously I don't need a 200, 100 frames while I'm in the menu. I'm just chilling. For the pause game rendering, that's set to off. Focus mode is going to be off. HDR, but no, that's high dynamic range, off as well. That doesn't make the PC kind of lag sometimes. Honestly, HDR doesn't even look the greatest in general. So now for the quality tab side of things, going to be set to custom because I did change a lot of these settings as well, and I just realized that they changed my upscaling and sharpening. Upscaling and sharpening, the best one you want to use is going to be Philadelphia FX Cast. It's the best one to make the game look extremely pretty. Then you hit square on it and then you drag it up to 100 so the game looks extremely nice. For render resolution, yours might be different depending on your monitor. Mine is going to be, as long as it's on 100, that's your default render resolution for your monitor. Yours might say 1080, mine says 1440 because that is my monitor's resolution. For the path ray tracing restriction, that's going to be set to off. I don't know why it was turned on right there. For the VRAM scale, target is going to be set to 80. Variable rate shading off. A lot of these settings right here, you need to have cranked up. I don't know why they're all cranked up. Everything's gonna be set to low or very low. For the texture filter aniscopic, it's going to be set to low. Depth of field, make sure you have that off. Detail quality level, we're gonna set that to low. Particle resolution also low as well. Bullet impact and persistent effects, you have that on if you want. That's personal preference. Shader quality, you're gonna set that to low as well. On demand texture, extremely optimized. Make sure you put that to optimize so the game actually it downloads stuff in the back, but it doesn't hurt the PC in terms of making it a lot slower. So that does come in clutch. Same thing with the local texture streaming quality, set that to normal. Shader quality, set that to literally low as well. Same thing with the screen shadows, set that to low. The ambient occlusion going to be set to both. The screen space reflection, set that to normal. Static reflections quality, also set that to low. The environment tessellation, you have that set to all, so the game doesn't look too weird when we get up close to certain objects. You have volumetric quality, set that to low. Same thing with deferred physics quality, also set that to low. The weather grid volumes, you just set that to honestly low because it's the weather. You don't need to have the weather looking all perfect and beautiful. You aren't playing story mode, so it's like you don't really need that to have, you know, look insanely crazy. It's weather, it's cold, you know, you're not playing like Minecraft or something like that. So now for view, I just said that field of view FOV is going to be on 120, and 120 is the best thing to rock when it comes to Call of Duty just in general. ADS field of view, that's going to be unaffected, so it makes the gun look a lot smaller, and also does eliminate visual recoil. Weapon field of view, I just set that to wide because that's the tiniest thing it can look. Honestly, I don't think this does affect anything in general. Obviously, it affects how the gun looks, but I don't think it gives you like an actual advantage. For my third person field of view, that's set to 90. Vehicle field of view is going to be set to just default. I don't touch that at all. World and weapon motion blur, make sure you have that set to off, because no matter if you have any of these settings on, it will give you a blur. You don't need your game looking blurry. You want your game looking smooth so you actually can see what's actually happening. So set both of those off to off as well. Same thing with the field grain. Field grain makes the game look a lot blurry at certain ranges, so make sure you have that set to literally the low settings possible. first person camera movement, set that to least, because you don't want your game just shaking or your camera shaking a lot. Just like whenever you get hit by grenades or whenever something's just happening in general, you don't want your camera just wobbling all over the place and looking all crazy. Third person camera movement, that's set to default. I didn't change any of these third person settings at all, because like I don't think there's third person in this game. I'm gonna be honest with you. Actually, there is, but it's in zombies, and it's like I really don't care about zombies like that, so that's whatever. For my inverted flash personal preference settings, once again, that's going to be set to on, because once again, I don't want to go blind by the age of 30, because Call of Duty wants to have their stuns be insanely strong. So for the audio tab, this is going to be a lot of personal preference in terms of like what's plugged into your PC. But what I did change on here is going to be the audio mix. That's set to bass boost. That's one of the best things to help you hear what's going on in the game. Speaker headphones, that's also what's plugged into your computer. Speaker output, just set that to stereo. And same thing with the master volume. I have everything just set to 100, but I did turn down the music because obviously I don't personally care about the music. I don't want to hear the music when I'm playing the game. Voice chat volume, that's how loud you personally want it. A lot of these settings right here, like I said, are just how loud you want your game to be, and also just whatever is plugged into your PC. So I'm just going to scroll through all this right here, because like I said, the default, I didn't touch any of these settings at all, except for my hit marker sound. I did set that to classic, just to, you know, change up the vibe of the game and just have it, you know, just be a lot more fun and just a lot different. Now for the interface tab, once again, this also is a personal preference kind of tab. A lot of these things are just subtitles that I didn't change at all. The only thing I did change a lot was going to be my color customization. You can literally make this however you want your game to look. You can change every single color. I changed my colors a lot recently just so I can make the game look a lot more appealing to me. And honestly, that's exactly what I did this year and last year. I'm gonna do it again for Black Ops 6 as well. But you can go in here, change whatever color you want. You can literally make colors if you want. So that's actually the dope part about it. But I'm not colorblind. A lot of people ask if I'm colorblind. I'm not colorblind. I just change the color of the game just to have it, you know, look different. Just do something different and have fun. For my hub balance, I did zoom it like very, very close to me, so I had the minimap a lot closer. So I'm not looking all the way top, you know, top left to see where the heck my minimap is at or what's going on in the game. My minimap shape is going to be set to square, because square gives you a lot more information than circle does. You can literally see it right there with the picture on the right side. Square is the best thing to do. It gives you a lot more information. Minimap rotation, that's default to on, so make sure you keep that on. Horizontal compass, that's a personal preference setting. I turned that off a long time ago. I really don't care about the compass. For the crosshair, obviously make sure you have that on so you know when to center. But the best thing to rock on this game is going to be the center dot. The crosshair dot is not the greatest because it doesn't move a lot, but the center dot doesn't move at all. So whenever you're centering with the game, I just want to get your shots off. A lot more accurate setting is the best thing you can do, and you put it to the largest setting so it's bigger and you actually can see it whenever you are walking around in the game. A lot of these things right here are going to be set to on, so you probably won't have to change any of these. Make sure you have the player's name set to full, just so you can get better visibility at further ranges. And yeah, like I said, a lot of these are just going to be set to default. Telemetry is basically what you want to have on the top left of your screen. All I personally need is just my FPS counter, server latency, and packet loss. That's really personally all I need when it comes to the telemetry. You can turn all these on if you want, but just know it's going to go right across your screen. So just be mindful of what you need and what you don't need. And like I said, a lot of these are just default and defaulted to what you guys have on your game. So now for the tab that people are probably going to be here for the most is going to be my controller settings. Obviously, I do play on a controller. I do have a Scuff Impact PS4 controller. I have two paddles in the back. My right paddle is for jumping, my left paddle is for meleeing. Obviously, my input is going to be set to controller. At the button layout, I do play tactical. Flip tactical allows you to slide with R3 and melee with circle. It's the best thing. I've been using it since Black Ops 4, and so it makes everything a lot easier and a lot more smoother in my personal opinion. Obviously, if you play claw, that's different, but I think tactical flip is the best way to not hurt your hands that much and honestly just be overall comfortable when it comes to just slide canceling and moving around the map here in Call of Duty. Bumper Premium has that set to off. Flip allows you to shoot with R1 and L1. I've been preaching this since day one that R1 and L1 is the best way to shoot. And if you don't have a Scuff controller, you have regular controller, R1 and L1 are a lot more responsive than R2 and L2, and that's just a known fact. Stick layout is going to be set to default. Controller vibration, you want to make sure you have that set to off. No one likes vibration in Call of Duty. If you do, I ain't gonna lie, you're kind of weird. But dead zone is basically just, you know, what you have, how much stick drift you have on your controller, and you can test out your stick drift right here, as you can see, just to see how much stick drift you do have. Obviously, I do have a lot still, but if you put it too high, it does make your controller move a lot slower. So I wouldn't recommend going over 10. So I have mine on 5.5 for the right stick and for the left stick. For the aiming tab right here, the horizontal and vertical sensitivity are going to be set to 7.7. I play 7.7 now a lot. 7.7 might be my main setting, either 7.7 or 6.6, but I've been using 7.7 for the last couple of years. So for both of these tabs right here, you're going to press square because there is an advanced settings for each one of these two settings right here, but you can't change them. The way you do change them is go up, hit custom, then you can change it and slide it to wherever you want it to be. I think 1 is the best one in my personal opinion. So make sure you want to set that to that. Then you want to put it back to your actual settings, and it just locks it for you, and now your thing is set to 1. The game comes defaulted at 120 for some odd reason. I don't know why, but that's just how the game does it. For the ADS multiplier, that's set to default. I don't touch that at all. Same thing with all these sensitivity multipliers right here. A lot of these are just set to 1 because that's just the default standard of the game. I didn't change anything whatsoever. Same thing for the vertical aim and access, that's all set to 1. Tactical stance sensitivity is also defaulted to 1. Aim response curve type dynamic is the best thing to rock when it comes to Call of Duty. In my personal opinion, that's also, it literally aims for you. If you use dynamic, it aims for you. I can literally guarantee you that. For the ADS multiplier focus, that's set to 1 as well. ADS sensitivity transition timing is going to be on instant. The custom presume, that's defaulted. I didn't change any of these things, that's why it's set to off. Target aim assist, of course, is going to be on. Aim assist type, that's defaulted. I didn't mess with any of these settings at all this year, so I left it how I left it. Third person ADS correction type assist. Motion sensor aiming is off, and motion sensor advanced settings, I didn't touch any of these settings at all. So whatever you see here is literally just defaulted to how the game came and when the setting was added to the game. For the gameplay tab, I didn't change a lot in here. All I did was change my thing to automatic task sprint. I think automatic task sprint is the best thing to do, just to save your controller's life more and just overall not hurt your finger as much. The auto move forward, that's defaulted. I did change my slide/dive behavior to slide only because I don't like dolphin diving in this game at all. So I just slide around a lot, and that just personally makes me a better player. Plunging underwater, that's going to be set to trigger. Like I said, a lot of these are just defaulted to how the game comes. So how my settings look is also how yours is going to be set as well. But of course, you can change these to how whatever you want them to be. But me personally, I just kept these to how they are defaulted in the game. So these are my official settings here for Modern Warfare 3. If you guys did enjoy, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. Also, to comment down below if you guys are hyped for Black Ops 6 here within the next couple of weeks. And I'll see you guys in the next one.